Hey everyone, it's Allie. I haven't gone live on my personal page in a little while. And I just want to hop on and say hi to everyone. I know that there's a lot of people who are really in hustle mode. I know a lot of entrepreneurs follow me, and a lot of really spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual business owners, or people who are trying to figure out what do I create a business around? What do I do here? And so a lot of creative types and stuff like that. And I'm kind of the same way, where I think a lot of us have not just one single thing that we want to do, or not one single thing that we want to be. So if that's you, would you give me a hell yeah in the comments? Let me know if that's not you, to just pick one thing. Maybe you have multiple ideas that have come to your brain, and you're like, oh, maybe I should write a book. Oh, maybe I should do a podcast. Oh, maybe I should coach clients. Maybe I should run a retreat or a mastermind, etc. So if you have had that feeling of wow, there's really a lot of different things I really want to do, and it might be different ways that you want to help people, or different groups of people you want to help. Will you tell me in the comments, yeah, oh my gosh, I've totally been there, because I am multi-passionate as well. I don't have any one thing that I feel particularly tied to. And I came to the awesome conclusion that that's okay a while back. So I wanted to share a little bit more about that, because there are some people who they know what their deeper passion is, or what their deeper thing is, but they also are there's a bunch of different routes I could take to make that happen. So a lot of people who have they want to provide a service to the world, there's a lot of different things you can do. Whereas some people are no, I have one passion and that's it, right? Yeah, Brittany is yeah, me. So what I was kind of really feeling I needed to tap into earlier was what's really going on when we think we can only do things one way, when we think we can only have one way or one offering, right? Because that's not the truth. I do think that it helps to have a niche for each thing, but it doesn't mean that there's only that one niche. Finn's here. That there's only that one niche that you can serve, or that there's, thanks baby, that there's only that one way you can do things. So what I started to realize was, when we feel, you want some chips? Here, hang on. Is what I think happens is that when we think, oh, I can only do one thing, or I can only do it one way, right? There's only one way for me to do things, and I have to hop on it and just do that one thing. We start to feel the pinch, that pinch of pressure. Here you go, baby. Pressure or time, if that makes sense. So we start to feel that feeling of there's only one way, it's not going to work for me unless I do it this way. You know what I'm kind of saying? Has anyone felt that way, where you're well, I have to pick one thing, because that's what they tell you when you're growing up, when you're looking at careers. And a lot of companies say you can only work for one company, which is such a bunch of bullshit. Has anyone had that feeling where you're oh, I can't pick, Finn's going to the fridge, or they're I can only pick one thing, and you don't want to pick just one thing? You know what I mean? I've had that feeling so many times, where I was as I was growing up, I was I don't want to pick one career or one thing. I don't think that I want to do only one thing. I don't think that that's me, right? So even in marketing, the reason I worked in marketing agencies for such a long time was because I wanted to get to work on multiple different clients, right? I wanted to have variety, and I think a lot of us thrive with variety and with change. And so what I realized was that I needed to stop feeling like I needed to rush to make decisions all the time. I needed to relax and lean back. And what I found is that the more I lean back, the faster I make decisions, right? Because when we're rushing around, we get all up in our heads, and we forget to tune into ourselves and ask our intuitions what is actually the best thing for me to be doing at any given point in time. We're in that rushed energy. We feel like we're going to miss out on things, so we try and do all the things, try and be all the things to everyone, and it just gets overwhelming, right? So what I realized is that it's integral. It's key to lean back and rest in order to receive the answer, right? And even then, when you're in a rushed energy, you're in a high anxiety energy, it's high pressure, right? So even when you receive the answers or the idea or the next step or the advice or whatever it is, in that place, you push it away because you don't feel good.
All clean.
That's all clean?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I didn't trust.
Finn's here. Hey guys. Hey Michael. Hey Matt. Hey Marina. Brittany, Paula. Yeah, so like you want to kind of let yourself lean back and relax to receive, right? You want to let yourself get into that energy of there is no rush. There's no rush to make a decision. And the ironic thing is when you get into that place of I don't need to rush, I don't need to put pressure on it, that's when you tend to trust the decision that comes in because you're not in this anxious energy. You're just like, oh yeah, of course. It's more of a flow energy, right? So this isn't just law of attraction stuff, which I love, but this is really about giving yourself the permission to lean back and not be rushing through things, which is an anxiety mindset, right? When you lean back and you receive and you trust and you have flow and faith, ironically, the answers and the ideas, they download faster and you trust them more because you're in the lean back energy, which is much more about trusting and having faith. And then you take action, you take massive action, and shit just starts to flow. It just starts to go, right? So this is kind of like the stuff that I think a lot of people think, well, in the entrepreneurial space, especially in the creative space, I got to keep creating, I got to keep up or I'm going to fall behind, I got to go, go, go. I'm like, that's actually like the opposite energy that you want to be in. When you're in that energy, you come like, it's almost like you have this energy of desperation and it's a pushing energy. That's a convincing energy, a controlling energy. You want me to do that for the carrot? Okay. Yeah. He wants me to peel a carrot. Thank you, baby. Oh, that's my little sweet pea. Yeah, so you want to be more in your like faith and freedom energy because that's magnetic. It's not just magnetic for money. That's not the only part I'm talking about. All of that part becomes easier. It's more about your creative process, your flow, like your trusting energy. So you got to lean back, give yourself permission to receive. There's an awesome video series in my Facebook group that you can watch a week's worth. I'm going to take them down soon. I keep saying that, but I really am going to take them down at the end of this week. And so go in there. I'll put the link in the comments. Watch them for free for now. Honestly, the content's so good. It really talks about the difference in energy types when we're in a pushing, controlling, convincing, manipulating, not feeling good enough, being worried about the outcome energy versus the energy of faith and flow and freedom and trusting and letting ourselves receive and then take action out of that place and then energy of trust and freedom and flow. The actions become much more succinct and refined and efficient, and we feel way better taking them when we are in that really beautiful lean back energy, right? Where we're just like, yeah, of course. I don't have to second guess anything. I just know it. I got it. So I will put it in the comments. Go and check it out before I take it down. Also, if you're interested in the mastermind that Ashley and I are creating, we've already got like 15 people who are booked next week to talk about it. And we have 15 spots. So I think this thing is going to be, I think all the spots are going to be sold out. It has a retreat in Hawaii in the middle of it. It's going to be amazing for the person who's ready to lean back, get the ideas, the freedom, the flow, receiving energy, and create, like really, really create over the next 6 months. So I think this thing's going to be amazing, like off the hook, so much fun. And we really only want people to join if it's the highest and best for you. So we'll tune into that too and check into that energy too. But we would love to talk to you guys about it. So let us know if you're curious and go and jump in the Facebook group for that free series, okay? All right, have a good one, you guys.